It's story time. Story time. Let's read it story time. Story time. I'm geeked to story time. Story time. You and me, it's story time. Story time. Let's achieve. Hello, everyone. Welcome to story time with me, Kayla. How are you all doing on this beautiful Friday? I know it is different. Usually I do my read alouds on Sundays, but when I do them on Fridays, that means it's going to be a special one. Now, guess what? Today we have another special author feature. Today, we will take a look at a book from brand new author Tyrice Cartwright. She has written a chapter book all about a little dragon who learns how to communicate. Now, we're not reading the full book, but we are reading the very first chapter. And so, without further ado, the book we'll be reading tonight is called Dax's Adventure, Improving Language and Connection Skills, written by Tyrice Cartwright. You ready to see what this book is all about? Ready, set, let's begin. Whoosh. Dax's Adventure, Improving Language and Connection Skills, written by Tyrice Cartwright and illustrated by Brittany, Nicole, Deans. Here we go. I am excited about this one. All right, let's jump straight to it. Here we go. Once upon a time, there was a little dragon named Dax who lived in a magical forest. Dax wanted to play with his friends and explore new places, but he had trouble communicating with them or would get frustrated. Dax had difficulty with his speech and language skills. One day, Dax decided to be brave and go on an adventure to find a magical potion that could help him improve his communication skills. He set out on his journey, determined to overcome his fears and make new friends. Chapter 1. Dax goes on an adventure. Good morning, Dax, said Mama Jean, Dax's mom. I am so happy you have decided to go on an adventure. You will need a snack and plenty of water for your adventure. Which one would you like, Dax? A banana or an orange? Okay, said Dax, looking at what she was holding. I will like the orange. Pointing to the orange, Mama Jean said, I will cut it up into orange smiles for you and fill your water bottle. Mama Jean packed his backpack and Dax was ready for his adventure. Dax, Daddy Will said, here is the key to the house. Use it to unlock the door when you return home. Daddy Will handed Dax the key. Dax held the key up, looked at it, and asked, Daddy Will, what is the word on my key? Daddy Will looked at the key along with Dax. It's the word key. Do you see the letters, Dax? Daddy Will said while pointing to the letters. K-E-Y, key. It is the word key. Ooh. As Dax traveled through the forest, the first creature he met was a wise old owl named Professor Sage. Professor Sage saw Dax walking towards him and called out, Hello there! Dax was startled. He looked towards the direction of the sound. I'm Professor Sage. What brings you so deep into the magical forest, little one? He asked. Well, started Dax. Speak up there, little one. Don't be shy about it, Professor Sage coaxed. Well, started Dax again. The problem is it's hard for me to speak out loud and communicate what I would like to say. I understand, said Professor Sage. I might have some advice for you. Shaking his head and smiling at Sage, Dax looked excited. My advice is, replied Professor Sage, you should read books out loud every day. I have the perfect book. Ooh, I like that. That seemed like some good advice. More than ways than one. Professor Sage went into his library and brought back the book, The Three Little Pigs. He and Dax read the book together. Dax finished the last line. And he huffs and he puffs. Good book, Professor Sage, Dax said after finishing the book. I'm glad you liked the book, Dax. Did you like the wolf or the pigs best? Asked Professor Sage while pointing to each animal. Pigs, said Dax. Did you like pig 1, 2, or 3 the most? Asked Professor Sage. Dax shouted 3 while also holding up 3 fingers. He built the strongest house out of bricks and saved his brothers from the wolf. I like reading out loud, Professor Sage, said Dax. I will read aloud every day. Very well, Dax, said Professor Sage. After following Professor Sage's solutions, Dax found that reading helped him pronounce words more clearly. Sage gave Dax a book to take with him on his journey. It was called Little Red Riding Hood. Dax packed it in his backpack, and he continued deeper into the magical forest. Oh, reading out loud can definitely help with speech. I will say, from me starting reading out loud way back in 2018 to where I am now, I know I can still work on some things, but it has definitely helped with my pronunciation. Dax walked further into the magical forest and came across a rabbit who was hopping all around him. Hi there, said the rabbit, smiling. I'm Luna. What are you doing so far into the magical forest? Luna continued to hop around energetically, but Dax soon realized that he made some progress in his language skills by reading books aloud. Overcoming his initial nervousness, Dax waved at Luna and softly spoke. Hi, Luna. I'm Dax. I've been working on improving my communication skills. Could you lend me a hand? Ooh, I think Luna will have some good advice, some good tips. I can help you with that, Dax, said Luna, pausing the jumping. Dax looked curious and asked, How? Luna replied, Let's play. We can play a game where we take turns describing different objects or animals using words. It's a great way to practice communication while having a good time. With a twinkle in her eye, Luna started looking around the forest, inviting Dax to name what he saw in the magical forest. Luna, Dax asked, How long have you lived in this magical forest? A long time, Dax, Luna replied. A long time? Dax repeated. I have been here for 12 long years, Luna said. 12 years? Shouted Dax, looking at his hands and only seeing 10 fingers. Dax understood. Jumper should know a lot about this magical forest, Dax thought. I know many things about the magical forest, Luna said proudly. The wise old wizard might have a magic potion that can help you with your communication skills. Luna stated he lives a little further into the forest. Keep walking the trodden path. The trodden path? Repeated Dax. Yes, the trodden path is the one in front of you. It is traveled by many creatures each day, which is why the grass has not grown up. Oh, said Dax, while looking at the trodden path. Trodden means the path that has been flattened from all the feet that have walked on it, said Luna. Dax found that he was learning so much and having fun meeting new friends while exploring the forest. He walked deeper into the magical forest in search of the old wizard. Dax furthered into the magical forest and stumbled upon a hidden area with waterfalls and colorful butterflies all around. Here he saw a wise old wizard who was sitting quietly. He almost looked asleep. Hello, Dax said. Well, hello there to you, said the wise old wizard, opening his big wide eyes. Wise old wizard, I have been looking for you, said Dax shyly. Looking for me? Asked the wise old wizard. Can you see me now? He asked. Dax laughed. Of course I can see you. I have two big eyes. Where am I now? The wise old wizard asked, disappearing and reappearing behind Dax. Hey! Shouted Dax while pointing to the front, then to the back. How did he do that? Thought Dax. I am a wise old wizard, he laughed. My name is Wow. Hi, Mr. Wow, feeling a surge of excitement. If the Mr. Wow possessed the power to vanish and reappear, perhaps he could assist him in improving his communication skills. Mr. Wow, Dax inquired with curiosity, do you have any special advice or magic to help me communicate better? Ooh. Well, Wow replied thoughtfully, while I don't have a potion that can magically enhance communication skills, I do have something that might spark your confidence. Dax's eyes widened with anticipation as he reached into his robes and pulled out a small vial filled with a bright red liquid. This, he continued, is ruby red, a symbol of courage and determination. Whenever you feel unsure, hold on to this vial and let its vibrant energy remind you of your own inner strength. Oh, Mr. Wow, exclaimed Dax, captivated by the beauty of the potion. Thank you. I will treasure this and remember to believe in myself. Mr. Wow smiled warmly. Remember, Dax, true communication comes from within. Trust in your abilities, and the words will flow naturally. Yes, it will. Oh, and that was the end of chapter 1. And I absolutely love how the author left us with some goals and some notes that we could take. These are suggested parent goals and activities. Goal number 1, improve listening skills, increase vocab, and enhance verbal expressions. And she also led us with some example activities, which is very helpful. So, K-Crew, I'm going to end the story right here, but I definitely want you to grab your copy to find out what happens next. The end. Yes, K-Crew, wasn't this such a wonderful story? Please, I would love to know what you have learned down in the comment section below. Now, to find your copy, make sure to head on over to her website, and you can also find this book on Amazon. And of course, be sure to follow on social media. So, K-Crew, I want to give a huge shout out to the author for writing such a wonderful, wonderful book. And I have to tell you all about her activity learning book for ages 4 through 6 that she has. That is perfect. It has the Common Core standards for kindergarten, math, and kindergarten literacy, which is definitely needed. So please check this book out as well. I also want to give a huge shout out to all your friends and family. And K-Crew, you know I have to thank you all as well. But now it's time to say goodbye. You ready? Here we go. I know. Goodbye, 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 my friends. Goodbye to you. I hope to see you again real soon. Be proud of all your work tonight. Now climb in the bed and sleep real tight. On the count of 3, let's say goodnight. 1, 2, 3. Good night.